to another edition of Talking Ball with the Czar. I'm Emery Hunt, the Czar of the Playbook, here on the campus of Temple University with new head football coach Geoff Collins. Coach, I appreciate you taking time.
No worries. Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure.
You have a unique background. You were a recruiting coordinator, a high school football coach.
Right.
You were also director of player personnel.
Right.
I think those three things are unique into being a very good head coach.
Right.
So how important was those unique opportunities in helping you prepare for this opportunity?
Sure. And half my career I've been a defense coordinator. But 2 of the years when I was the director of player personnel, one at Georgia Tech for Chan Gailey, one for Coach Saban at the University of Alabama, gave me a unique perspective, more of a top-down, where if you're just a career assistant coach or a career coordinator, you can't see the entire program. I got to sit every single day with Nick Saban and talk about the entire program, roster management, fundraising, practice planning, whereas a coordinator or position coach, you don't have the access to those kind of things. And it was just a blessing for me to get to work with Chan Gailey and Nick Saban in that role.
Do you think that kind of steers a lot of coaches away from taking head coaching job because of that responsibility?
I think everybody thinks they're ready and, thinks they've seen the different aspects, from an assistant coach or a coordinator. But having that ability to take a step back and see it from a top down from 2 of the best in the game was huge for me.
One thing I like about your background is a defensive-minded background. It's rare for me to say that as an offensive guy, but defensive-minded background, and not just, hey, yeah, we're middle-of-the-pack defense. No, you guys are aggressive and getting guys off the field and imposing your will. So is it safe to say that Temple's foundation here under you will be laid on the defense side of the ball?
Sure, I mean, that's fair because I'm going to be heavily involved in the defense. The nice thing about my career is, and that's prepared me for a head coach, it's really never been based on scheme. Everything that we've done defensively, whether it be from Albright College, Western Carolina University, FIU, Mississippi State, or University of Florida, we base everything we do around the kids that we have, get them to play hard, get them to play fast, just go 1,000 miles an hour. We blitz, we play tight coverage, and we find out what's best that our kids can do and then get them to play within that system and play at a high level. I think every stop that I've been at, we've been blessed to be able to do that. And so I'm excited about what we have here at Temple. And then my background and Coach Johnson, the rest of the defensive staff, are going to bring and what we brought this spring to the team.
Now, during the spring, did you see that sort of mindset and physicality bleed over to the offense side of the ball?
Yeah, and I think the nice thing about Temple University and the culture that's been in place here for the last 10 years, kids here are tough, they're physical, they play a brand of football that I think the people in this fan base and in Philadelphia really like, and so that's going to be the case no matter what. We're going to run the ball, we're going to be aggressive, and whenever we need to, and you said it best, whenever we need to impose our will, whether that means running the ball or stopping the run, we're going to do that whenever we need to.
Now, as a former college running back, I remember a lot of Saturdays physical conversations with the linebackers on the other side of the ball.
Right.
Now, you guys, the way you coach linebackers, you coach guys that make impactful plays.
Right.
They're not peekaboo linebackers. They come in there and meet you at the hole or behind the line of scrimmage.
Sure.
How important is linebacker play? Because I feel like right now it's getting lost in the shuffle, just like the running back position is.
Right.
It's very important to the defense.
Yeah, so I've had a track record. I think the last 6 years I've had a linebacker taken in the NFL draft from a team that I've coached, and so just that style of play, that brand of play. We teach the guys the scheme globally so they know what everybody's doing, and then they can just have freedom to go make plays within the scheme. And I think that freedom, it's long ago from 30 years ago where it'd be read step, false step, read step, false step. We don't worry about that. We just get the guys going downhill, making plays. We blitz a ton, we're aggressive, and just give the guys the freedom to let their personalities come out and make plays.
Coach, a lot of times I talk to different coaches, whether it be head coaches, assistant coaches, high school head coaches, and there's always a unique part of taking the right job because you're going to get a lot of offers, but not every job is the right job. When you look around this campus, you see a beautiful facility, a ton of history. I mean, this is a program that played in the Sugar Bowl, you know, against Tulane. And you look at the football history here, the tradition. What made Temple the ideal spot for you?
Right. Well, you know, obviously the first thing that comes to mind is, you know, I was very close to the previous head coach and several members of the staff that were here. So I've followed this program very closely over the last couple of years. You know, being in the SEC and being a quote-unquote high-profile defense coordinator in one of the best conferences in college football, there have been other opportunities. But the thing that made this place so attractive, my wife and I like to consider ourselves city people. So we're in the 4th largest media market in the country. There's been a history of excellence, and especially knowing the culture that's been in place here fits to my personality. Playing tough, playing physical, playing hard-nosed, playing disciplined. So those things are already in place. Now we come in with, you know, give these kids an edge to even take it to a higher level. Recruiting expertise that I've gained over the years, and just, you know, the city of Philadelphia, the proximity to everything, New York City, Washington, D.C., right in our backyard, and access to some of the best players in high school football makes it an ideal situation for us.
Well, it's interesting you brought up, you know, you're a city guy. I'm a city guy too. I was born in New Orleans, so it's funny that Sugar Bowl was against Tulane.
Right, sure.
And I feel as though Tulane and Temple share similarities. Major city programs, tremendous academics, and historic football programs. You know, Tulane was in the SEC. Do you think this is a type of program like other major city programs are sleeping giants?
Yeah, absolutely. And I was at Georgia Tech for 4 years, and so just knowing the kind of recruiting base, and I think the way the world is going nowadays with social media and people having access to a lot of different things, kids these days are attracted to bigger cities where there's more to do. And I think that just falls in line to, you know, what we are. And you've got a top 25 program that wins championships, kids graduate, and it's in a great city. I think it's a great combination.
You're a defensive guy.
Right.
Heavily passionate. You know, you see that on the field, you see that how you interact with your players.
Sure.
Obviously have a love for the game. What is it about the game that you love the most?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up on football, dreamed about being a head coach since I was in high school. And I just love the team building, getting to be around a bunch of different types of people from all across the country, and you know, helping people achieve their goals, whether it be football, whether it be academic, whether it be socially. So those kind of things draw me to the game, and I love helping people improve on a daily basis. And we've got a sign that says "Be Great Today" that's all over the building, and every single day trying to excel, trying to get better, and I like to be a part of people's lives, helping them do that.
You also have greatness doesn't quit. What does that exactly mean, deep on a deeper level?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the university, the athletic department slogan. The thing we also use around here is setting a standard. You know, there's a standard of performance that you've got to set on a daily basis, whether it be on the practice field or be on the weight room, whether it be in the classroom. You set a standard, and it's a challenge every day to improve that standard. And once you set a standard, you don't fall below it. So being great. Don't rest on your laurels, even though we win championships, even though it's back-to-back 10-win seasons. What's next? That's the standard. We don't want to fall below the standard. We want to elevate it, and that's the reason that I'm here, is to bring that edge to North Philadelphia, to help us be even higher than what we've reached before.
That's a heck of a standard, because, again, going back to your collegiate career, outside linebacker, defensive back, in the SoCon, very tough SoCon in Western Carolina. You look at your philosophy, you know, and I'm big on philosophy because you want to find out what makes guys successful. What piece of your philosophy do you feel as though has made you successful and will make this program even more successful?
Right. Well, the big thing we talk about, it's all about the ball. Whether it be on defense, we're creating turnovers, we're creating mayhem, we're living in the backfield, causing sacks, tackles for loss, and then getting the football to give our offense a chance to make big plays. And then on the offensive side of the ball, so we have wristbands right here. It's all about the ball, and then on defense they get the one that says get the ball. Offense says all about the ball, and ball security equals job security. So if we have the ball and you want to play on this offense, you're going to hold on to the ball and move it down the field. And then we talk about it every day, stacking days. So we set a standard of performance, and then we stack that day, and then we got to do another one, and then we got to do another one. And if a kid does that over the course of his career, like a Hassan Reddick, now you're in the conversation of being a first-round pick in the NFL draft, because just on a consistent basis, you're setting a standard, you're putting a great performance, now you got to do it the next day. Set a new standard, stack, 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 and over the course of 4 years, you're playing at a high level, you're getting your degree, you're a good member of society, and I think that makes a successful person in this program.
And going around the campus, being here, catching a couple games, I want to say over the last 4 years, I've been very impressed. We know how it used to be back in the day when you got a letter and it was the biggest thing in the world. Now, kids have plenty of options because it seems like the country has shrunk because of access and the internet and all things like that. Why would a student athlete choose Temple University over anyone else?
Well, obviously the proximity to everything that you want in America, in the fourth largest media market, near the #1 media market, having access to Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Maryland, just as the epicenter of this country. Access to business, access to cultural events, things to do, and then we play a big time brand of football. It's a top 25 championship program. We work hard, we compete, but the other thing, if you come to one of our practices, these kids have a blast. We have fun coaching, we have fun playing, we got energy, we got swag, we got juice, but that doesn't take away from how hard we play and how physical we are.
Well, Coach, I'm excited for you this
Thank
year.
you.
Can't wait to see you guys kick off this season. We wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Thank you. Coach. Appreciate it.